Probably remember the teacher that made a difference in your life because
yeah.
they do way more than just teach.
Sometimes that impact that they leave is still felt as adults. Atlanta News First reporter Sawyer Bussey has the story of a reunion to remember.
They say people don't always remember you because of the things you do, that people remember you for the way you make them feel. They say those moments might be your legacy. For Ricky and Andrea, these words are true. This is 5th grade Ricky. He lived in poverty. He was shy. He didn't speak.
I am Andrea Dowdy, and 24 years ago, I was Ricky Lattimore's 5th grade teacher.
During that year, the lessons learned far exceeded the classroom.
What she did for me was change my life. I was ashamed of how it looked. I was ashamed of how I dressed. I was ashamed of how I smelled. I was ashamed because I was bullied. I was picked on. And I had to go into places where I wasn't protected. But there was one place that I was protected, and that was in Miss Dowdy's classroom.
More than 2 decades later, the two met again at a teacher training. They both attended as teachers. They were scheduled to be in different places that day, but ended up being in the same room Miss Dowdy was presenting in.
I broke out in tears, and my words started to break, and I said, you were my 5th grade teacher. You changed my life. I'm Ricky Lattimore.
When he told me his first name, I instantly knew who he was.
She was the same Miss Dowdy he knew as a child, the same woman who helped him speak, who taught him to hold his head up despite the realities of poverty. She held his face in her hands. Sometimes it takes one moment to fly back into the shoes of your younger self, to see with clarity what you couldn't see before. In Oxford, Georgia, Sawyer Bussey, Atlanta News First.